Thank you, Water. Thank you, chat. Blood Raven, I wanted some ginger root tea, and then I forgot to I forgot to make it because I cut my ginger root fresh to make my ginger root tea, and I totally forgot about it. But I do have my lemon water. I do have my lemon water. Now, I looked at this big stone over here. This is, it's kind of a peaceful area. I like it, and I felt like the waterfall, very scenic, quiet, peaceful, and I'm going to pop down right here and do my chaise lounge. And we're going to start interviewing Water. Water, first, I have a list. I'm, journalism. Yes, my list. Water, tell us just a little bit about yourself to get started before we go into the questions. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, are you in the United States? What state are you in?
I'm in North Carolina. I've been playing this game since like D1, I think like day one D1. My dad got it for me. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare was too violent, so he got me an addiction instead.
Your father bought you D1, Destiny 1.
Yes. Yeah, right when it came out.
And you were a school age person at this point?
I was 9 years old.
9 years old, chat. That's so phenomenal because one of the Coterie of Arms members that I play with started with me at age 9. So Water basically started at the same age. That's pretty amazing, Water, that you've been playing. And if you don't mind me asking, you don't have to let us know, but around what age are you now?
I'm gonna be 20 in a couple months.
20. Okay, there we have it. The basics. Destiny was a gift. He started at a very young age. All right, now Water, we're going to go into some of these questions for fun. Guardians, remember, these questions are always for fun, and we're just here to chat with Water to get to know him better, because we need a spotlight on some of these Guardians that are exceptional. The reason that I felt like this was so good, aside from Water being phenomenal on in-game content and in the game in general, Water has millions upon millions of kills on his kill counter. Water, how many do you have right now? Do you know?
I can check. It is 18,376,886.
Water is on his way to, 20 million is within his grasp. And he will probably hit 20 million inside of the final shape. I have no doubt. Because his number, we can watch it move as he plays. He's that kind of player. He decimates the enemy on the battlefield. You want this Guardian on your team. What are your favorite gamer foods? Warm-up question. Favorite gamer foods.
I've been doing a lot of like dieting recently, over the past couple of years, and I found Starbursts are like, they're stupid. They're way low calorie for what they should be, and like grapes are also up there, and of course chips. Everyone has to have like a cheat food.
And if you're gonna eat a chip, what kind of chip would it be?
The Sun chips.
Oh, I like
the
Sun
wavy
chips.
ones. They're so good.
Doritos are my favorite, Water, but I can't eat those and use my keyboard and controller because they make a mess.
Yeah.
But Sun Chips would probably be a good choice. Chicken nuggets or chicken tenders?
That's really hard. I'm gonna have to go with nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. All right. And Guardians, keep in mind, gamer food, the raid is coming up. And Water, I know you'll be in the raid day one, correct?
Yes.
Are you bounty hoarding?
No, I'm not.
No. What is your plan in preparation for day one raiding?
It's the same reason I have the 18 million kills. Is there are certain spots in the game that you can like leave the game playing for you, and it'll get around a level an hour.
So you plan
And
on utilizing the 3 days before the new raid
yes,
to level up.
yes.
Okay. Now, we're going to start into some of the tough ones, Water. These are going to be some of the tough
Okay.
ones. Think back on your career, and you've got basically 10 years inside the game. What is your best moment,
Oh, easy. End of day one Vault of Glass.
and why?
So, with day one Deepstone Crypt, a lot more people beat it than day one Garden of Salvation, and it was a bit of a controversy. And I really feel like I underperformed during that. But Vault of Glass, I came up with a build. Stasis Turrets had just come out, and like there was no Osmiomancy or anything like that. I was able to get 5 up at a time, and that really, really helped us during Gatekeeper Challenge. And like everyone on my team told me we wouldn't have beat it without the build.
Now, are you still playing with those Guardians today?
I do once in a while. There's like some of them I definitely play with a lot. Some have left the game and moved on to like Final Fantasy and Fallout, and I've had like some falling outs with some of them. But I do stick around with the general group. Yes.
And just a note about that, Guardians. The gamers. We come and go. We ebb and flow. We're in and we're out. It is rare that you would spend the number of years that Water's been in the game, that I've been in the game, that many of you have been in the game, and still have the same team. I feel real lucky in that I still have, Havoc and Vol that play with me weekly. Now, when you're playing Water, what is your favorite character to play on?
Warlock. Probably Warlock.
And why is Warlock your favorite?
I just the movement options with Warlock, even not on Solar, especially since they've added Mountaintop, but because the jump works based on momentum so much, there's a lot of fun stuff you can do with that. And Warlock just has a lot of really interesting builds you can do. Titan probably is better recently, but as you've definitely pointed out, my Titan is undercared for.
You're not going to forget that, are you? Water made a video. I'm still trying to figure out how to get it on my channel because I loved it. So your favorite super on your Warlock is what?
I'm not gonna say well because that's just the best. My favorite is probably the Warlock Stasis super. I think the sound design is really cool with it, and it's just cool conceptually.
And do you pair that with Osmiomancy?
Often yes.
Okay, because I love that too. I love it. Do you agree, Water, with this statement? Warlocks take the most skill in Destiny 2.
I don't know if I'd say that. It depends a lot on what you're doing. Because there's definitely some stuff on Warlock you can do that's really hard, but there's also a lot of stuff you can do that's really, really easy. The most challenging build to use successfully, the most challenging stuff in the game you do right now, you have to do on Titan, and it's like really hard to upkeep.
And when you refer to that, are you talking about like the punch and the grab of
yeah,
the strand?
Strand Titan with I don't remember the name of the exotic because I don't play Titan, but yeah, Worm God Caress.
Yeah, Worm God. Because that you do have to pay attention. You have to activate the buffs to get Worm God Caress to really sing. All right, now, Water, your worst moment in Destiny 2. Your worst moment. Or it can be Destiny 1. I look at it as just one big game. What
Okay,
would you say is your worst moment?
I've got 2.
Let's hear them both.
Okay, so I told you I started playing this game when I was 9, right?
Yes.
Remember the second mission when there's you first meet the Hive and Dinklebot would yell, "We've awoken the Hive," and there was a big loud shriek.
Yes.
I got scared and quit, and I stopped playing for like a week.
Water, I was, an adult. I was retired, at that point in my career. And I have to say, it was terrifying. And I can imagine a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old really thinking this is too much. You know, it's overwhelming to think about it because they blended the music. What part of it did you find? What scared you about it? What made you quit about that?
I There was an old creepypasta called The Rake, which I didn't know anything about, but the pictures of it were scary, and it looks like a thrall but scarier, and it reminded me of that. So and it was also really late at night. I had to have my friend come over and do the mission for me.
How long did it take you to get back into it?
I like a good 2 weeks because I couldn't beat the mission. I had to have my friend come do it.
Right now, inside of Destiny 2, thank you for sharing that, Water. I remember a lot of those moments. Just the eerie music. I think I have found if I cut the music out, if I lower it to a point that I'm not really paying attention to it, things don't seem quite as vibrant, as immediate. There are so many, like I think about Last Wish and some of the music moments in Last Wish, some of them in Deep Stone, several of the raids. In the game, Guardians, if you're not raiders, the game in general has phenomenal music. Have you ever turned the music down just to stay more focused on the job at hand?
I have my own playlist playing in the back a lot of the time, but there are certain spots I absolutely will turn the music on.
Yes, I'm with you. I do lower the music often. Now, if you were looking back at your gaming history outside of Destiny, or what would be your next favorite game?
That's hard because I've drifted between a lot. I'd have to say just the Fallout franchise in general. I can't pick one.
Okay, all right. Your
I-
biggest disappointment in your gaming career, what was your biggest disappointment?
I sold my phone to pre-order the Tricentennial edition of Fallout 76. I sold my phone.
But you were still really young when that came out.
Yeah, I was like it's the end of middle school, start of high school.
Did your family know you sold your phone?
Yeah, they helped
They
me
know
do
now?
it. They were unhappy with me and told me it was stupid, but it was the $80 version because I wanted to support Bethesda.
Okay.
Can I amend one of my my earlier answers?
Yes, you
'Cause
can.
The best moment, the Vault of Glass. I forgot. I also did all my preparation for that. I was in trouble for something at the time. I wasn't allowed to use my computer, but I had a PlayStation 4 controller, an iPod 5, and a power bank that I had to have connected to the controller for it to work. And I did all my prep from my bed. And I had a lot of sleepless nights preparing for it. I did all my prep for a month ahead on my phone.
I hear you. Prepared Guardian is the best Guardian. I mean, really, we know that's true. Just now in the real world, what is your dream job in the real world, Water?
That's a hard one. I think dream job, probably something with content creation and streaming, but more realistically, probably something in tech support, and just helping people with problems with their computers.
I'm liking it. Do you feel like you could really create a game that we would all love and enjoy and keep coming back to if someone gave you free reign?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I could, at least alone. I think I might be good at helping someone else do that with like as a playtester, but I don't know about that.
Are you in your clan? What is the name of your clan, Water?
I'm in a temp clan right now because I'm gonna help one of my friends from another clan do clan gambit bounties, but I'm in Codex normally.
Okay. And in your regular group, are you considered the leader, first in charge, second in
No.
charge? What position would you normally take within your group of players?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably one of the worst players in that group because the clan is like the friend group who run the Low Man server and people who associate with them.
And
So
for
it's
people
like
who
it's
might be newer to Destiny that are watching the interview, tell us what Low Man is.
it's a server where like, there's a bunch of guides to help you learn how to do raids with 2, 3 people or solo. MJ's built a MJ's like the guy who owns it and the owner of Codex. He's built a really cool thing back in like Beyond Light and before. Low manning was a really hard thing to get into, and he's made it super accessible, as well as all the people he works with in that server.
All right,
Yeah,
now if you were headed on vacation tomorrow, but coming back in time for the raid, you know, the final shape, where would be your dream vacation destination?
So my parents moved from LA for work before I was born, and I was supposed to be born in LA, but there was issues with the housing market, so we ended up just staying. We go there every year, and I think I would just pick there again. It's wonderful.
Now, I love LA as too. I mean, I love it too. I love Hollywood. I love the Hollywood Hills. I like going and being a tourist in LA. I like staying at the historic hotels. I find LA to be phenomenal, except everything is really spread out. There is tons of traffic.
Yeah.
So that is your dream destination for vacation.
It's just I'm a lot more comfortable there. It's just like the weather's so nice. The people are if you hang out in the right places, the people are kind.
If someone was looking at you as possibly being a teammate, what are your best qualities, Water?
This is stuff I've been told from past teams is that I'm fairly good for morale, with especially in day ones. The reason my first team invited me to day one Deepstone Crypt is so I ended up getting the blacksmith title, and someone who didn't have it said it was easy. So I got the Reckoner title out of spite, which is like at the time the rarest and most grindy title in the game. Both of those titles are grindy, but I got both of them just on a whim, just because I will smash my head into something for hours until I get it.
And what is the longest period of time you've played, you know, continually, basically? I'm not meaning like, you know, a 10-minute break, but just continuous gameplay, Water. What's the longest length of time?
Probably, I think I had to have gone for 48 at some point during COVID.
Okay. Just nonstop playing with a few breaks in between.
Yeah.
And eating some sun chips as you were playing.
Yeah, of course.
Oh. All right. Now we're going to do just some little general fun ones here. These are bonus questions. What's your favorite movie?
I Truman Show, I think.
Truman Show. All right. Favorite TV show?
BoJack Horseman.
Favorite color?
Well, the color that my Guardian is primarily made of, more of a light blue, not maybe cyan.
Okay. Yes. All right. Now, and this is my big question. Mm-hmm. And this is from following Water on X, formerly known as Twitter. The fascination with the dog and the breed. Tell us a little bit about that.
This is actually a fairly long story with a lot of coincidences, but it's one of my favorites to tell, so I'm okay with that.
All right.
So I used to associate a lot with like the furry community. I had a furry profile picture, and one of my friends that I was friends with as a kid, that I kind of drifted away from, found my Twitter. And I was kind of panicked about that because there's a lot of stigma that comes with that stuff that's not really justified a lot of the time, but there is. So I just picked a random meme that I had on my phone, and that happened to be the dog from the secret ending of Silent Hill 2, I believe, which is a Shiba Inu. And people just started associating me with that, so I kind of stumbled my way into this.
Well, they're phenomenal, and I always enjoy seeing the pictures come up. And it was Crimson who told me that you don't own one of those dogs.
Sad. I've been looking at getting one. I had Like my childhood dog died a couple of years back, and that really, really hit me hard. So
That's
it's
tough. I'm
the
sad to hear that,
yeah.
Water. It's tough to
It
lose a
affected me for a
pet that
long
you're close
while.
with.
I'm thinking I'm at the point I can get another one at some point soon, but my family's going to be moving soon, so that adds some complications. But after that, we're probably going to get a Shiba.
Water, to finish up our interview, what would you tell people that are considering getting into Destiny? What would you tell them, knowing what you know today, and you were looking at a group of people that were gamers but thinking about trying out a game? What would you say to them about Destiny 2?
Destiny has a lot of bad aspects, but it has way more good aspects. I'd recommend waiting until after Final Shape comes out, because there's going to be a bundle to get all the past DLC. Um, don't be afraid to raid. Don't be afraid to get into it. Everyone starts just learning out, and the only way to get, like, one of my buddies was talking about how they were scared because they know their damage is going to be bad. The only way to learn how to, like, get better damage is to do it and improve. You can't get all the experience from Rick Ackes videos. Get in there, do some raids, and maybe do some Lomans at some point too, because those are definitely worth it. The game has a lot to offer.
Out of the triple S tier gamers that you watch and maybe get notifications about, who do you turn to for valid, accurate information?
I think a lot of people would say Aegis is really, really good, but I have a lot of friends that are really, really smart and know a lot about the game. So they're not really like big people, but like at Fusion Rifle Main on Twitter, she probably won't respond if you ask her, but I ask her a lot of stuff because she's really smart and knows a lot about like how stuff works in this game, way more than me.
Now, is she a live streamer?
No, she's not. She's not a content creator. She's just smart.
Okay.
But Aegis is probably the one to go to for charts.
He's got great charts and great information.
Yeah.
I've played with him before, and he's grand in game. He's grand out of the game with his content creation. Excellent Guardian. What are you going to be really focused on after the raid? Do you think that you guys will be leading the way for folks who haven't been able to complete the raid? And are you you will not be on Crimson's team, right? On
No, I won't.
Weekends.
I will not.
Okay. How did you meet Crimson? Did you guys bump into each other in the game? You were friends outside of the gaming world?
We back in 2021, like early 2021, I was added to a group chat where the point of it was someone would send a tweet and everyone else would like it, so we could ratio people easier, which is kind of a cringe looking back. But I met a lot of really good people in there. Crimson's one of them. I would LFG for trials, and he joined one day, and we were just like had a good vibe, so we kept playing.
You hit it off.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to say to our listening audience? What are your closing thoughts? What would you like to convey to the folks out there listening and watching?
I appreciate you sticking around for the full thing. This was really fun, and Ransom, you're genuinely one of the brightest lights in the community. And there's a lot of toxicity, especially in the latter years of Destiny. But you're a reminder that there's still a lot of good people that play this game, and I really appreciate you for that.